Welcome back to Lore Drop, the show right here at Eligible Monster where I pick something that I found interesting every week and I decide to explain it a little bit better because I did a lot of research on it. Today I'm going to be looking into the Linkle complex. Now, before we can get into her story and who she is and her background, I just thought you might like to know that originally she was supposed to be in the first incarnation of Hyrule Warriors. The company behind Hyrule Warriors wanted to create a character of their own, but they wanted her to be a female Link, but not a female Link. They basically wanted to give her own backstory, her own character development, and make her not just a gender-swapped Link. They then put her into the 3DS version, and she was pretty much forgotten about after the initial backlash of there being a female Link in the game. Well, come to the Switch and the re-release of Hyrule Warriors, and we get more about Linkle. And a whole new slew of fans are getting behind the Linkle train, because Linkle is a unique and awesome character. Anyway, here's her story. Linkle grew up living a peaceful life as a cuckoo rancher in the rural village in Hyrule. Raised by her grandmother, she grew up hearing stories of how she was Hyrule's legendary hero reincarnated, and longed to one day fulfill her destiny and defend her land. After her grandmother's passing, Linkle inherited her magical compass and an old map, which she felt proved that she was the legendary hero reborn. When the evil forces rose up against Hyrule, Linkle is warned by some of her neighbors of the attack. Seeing this as her chance to fulfill her destiny, she armed herself with a pair of crossbows and donned a hooded green tunic, which one assumes her grandmother gave her. Of course, the other villagers don't believe her claims, but this doesn't deter the young girl, and she sets off towards Hyrule Castle to aid Princess Zelda. Traveling along the road, she came to a fork. Unfortunately, the old map was difficult to read, and apparently looking for road signs had never occurred to her. I blame growing up in a small village. Failing to see the sign that points to Hyrule Castle, Linkle instead loses her way in Faron Woods. While lost in the woods, Linkle came upon a strange imp that had been possessed by Majora's Mask. The imp stole Linkle's compass and ran off into the woods. While pursuing him, the compass showed its true power and produced a mysterious light that weakened the mask, allowing Linkle to defeat the imp. After retrieving her compass, she continued onwards towards the castle. And that's when she found herself at Lake Hylia during the Goron army's defense of the Water Temple against the Dragon Knight Volga. Feeling it was her heroic duty, Linkle aided the Goron's defense and defeated Volga and his dark forces. Misreading her map, once again, she set off once more. She next came upon the sealed grounds, where the demon lord Girahim was trying to resurrect his master, Demise. Linkle and her cuckoos joined forces with the goddess sword Fi to stop the demon lord. After defeating his cute, Linkle's words, not mine, Minnie, Fi returned to Skyloft and Linkle continued to Hyrule. Eventually, I swear she'll get there. While traveling to the Twilight realm, Minda comes upon Linkle, who has been mesmerized by a strange crystal. Minda touches the crystal, restoring her to her true form and freeing Linkle. Deciding to help her, Linkle travels to the Twilight realm with Minda to rescue Princess Zelda and her soldiers. The two fight against Dark Zant and Dark Twilight Midna, defeating the evil doppelgangers. Minda then decides to stay in the Twilight realm, sacrificing herself to stop the flow of the dark magic. Once Ganon is defeated, the hero of time left to return the Master Sword to its resting place. Linkle finally, yes, finally, at that point when the whole battle was done, arrived at Hyrule forces, victorious. The soldiers beginning to rest and recovering from their battles. But that's when they all noticed that Ganon's remaining forces, now leaderless, decided to attack while their enemies were battle-weary. Linkle stepped forward to aid these soldiers in their defense, teaming up with Impa to hold off the evil army. The two warriors engaged in a battle with the Dark King Dodongo fighting the Dinosaur King, while the rest of the soldiers retreated. When things began to look dire, Linkle's magic compass once again began to glow, weakening Dodongo enough to allow its defeat. After the battle, Impa thanked Linkle for her assistance, and as she joined in the celebration victory with Impa and her soldiers, Linkle thought back to her journey, and she thought of her grandmother, and wondered if she would have been proud of the hero that Linkle had become. Now for me, the whole idea that Linkle is another reincarnation of the legendary hero basically says that she actually is a female Link. But after playing through Hyrule Warriors, seeing her unique gun kata moveset that comes with the video game, I fell in love with the character. I thought she was awesome, and she became my second favorite to play after Link in that game. Actually, at times I think I found myself playing her more than Link. Anyway, what do you guys think of the character of Linkle? I know this is kind of like a weird idea to put into Lore Drop, but I wanted to throw this out to kind of ease you guys into the direction we're going with this series. Now, the next thing I want to know from you guys is what of our complete story series do you want us to remake as a part of Lore Drop? We were thinking about remaking the Resident Evil series starting with 1, but We could do Zelda, we could do Kingdom Hearts, we could do something completely new, telling you the story within Unraveled. Whatever you guys want. Let me know in the comments down below. But now that Eligible Monster is back in full swing, we are consistently going to be bringing you lore drops when we get them banged out for you. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe right here to Eligible Monster to get your lore drops, get your 4 Players Thursdays, get your Lewd Wednesdays, and get your list discussions in the EMP podcast. Thank you, everyone, and I'll see you next time.